The countdown to the 2026 FIFA World Cup was supposed to be America's big moment. Billions of people across the globe are preparing to watch, and the United States proudly secured the spotlight as the lead host. But here's the shocking twist. There is now a very real possibility that America might lose some of its most high-profile matches to its neighbors, Canada and Mexico. Imagine fighting tooth and nail for years to win the rights to host the world's biggest sporting event, only to see those matches shifted away before the first whistle blows. Could the U.S. really fumble the World Cup on its own soil? Before we dive deeper into this unfolding crisis, don't forget to subscribe to the African Web and hit the notification bell so you never miss updates on global events that shape politics, sports, and power. At the heart of this looming disaster lies America's entry and travel policies. Right now, sweeping visa restrictions and travel bans are blocking fans from over a dozen countries, some of which already have teams qualified for the tournament. Imagine entire nations of passionate football supporters locked out before they can even buy a ticket. That's not just disappointing. It's dangerous for the energy and soul of the competition. Stadiums thrive on chants, colors, and rivalries. Without international fans, entire sections could fall silent. And even for those who are allowed to travel, the hurdles are staggering. A brand new visa integrity fee of $250 has been slapped onto most foreign visitors, turning travel plans into financial nightmares. Combine that with sky-high flight prices, expensive hotels, and game tickets, and the dream of traveling to the U.S. becomes unaffordable for many. Worse still, in some U.S. consulates, visa appointments are booked more than 16 months into the future. That means millions of fans literally cannot secure approval in time for kickoff. What kind of World Cup would it be if fans can't even arrive? But the issues don't stop with visas. America is also battling supply chain chaos. Tariffs and border disputes are delaying essential construction materials like structural steel needed for stadium seating and reinforcements. High-tech scoreboards and lighting systems, specially designed for FIFA, are stuck in shipping containers waiting for clearance. Without these, deadlines are slipping and costs are skyrocketing. Organizers are forced to make brutal choices, cut features, downgrade materials, or push crews into dangerous rush jobs. Every option damages the quality of the final product. Instead of a celebration of progress, America is staring at the risk of half-finished stadiums and scaled-back experiences. If fans bring the energy, sponsors bring the fuel, and that fuel is already leaking out of the United States. The first shock came when Emirates Airlines, a global brand tied closely to FIFA, pulled a $15 million advertising deal from U.S. venues and redirected it straight to Canada. That wasn't just money lost. It was a public statement of no confidence. Soon after, Visa shifted major parts of its promotional budget away from American cities and into Canadian and Mexican ones. This is where the domino effect begins. When one major sponsor moves, others start to calculate whether they should follow. And that's exactly what's happening. Sporting giants, beverage companies, and telecom sponsors are now trimming U.S. campaigns and investing more across the border. For local host cities in the U.S., this is catastrophic. Billions in projected revenue from tourism, hospitality, and seasonal jobs are evaporating. Hotels that expected full bookings may sit half empty. Restaurants, bars, and small businesses that stocked up for record crowds might face devastating losses. For many workers, from bartenders to stadium staff, this isn't just about missing an event. It's about losing the financial cushion that would have carried them for months afterward. While America struggles, FIFA isn't standing still. Behind closed doors, officials in Zurich are preparing a complete backup plan, one that could see Canada and Mexico take center stage for some of the most important matches. Under FIFA's own rules, games can be moved with as little as 90 days' notice if conditions fail to meet standards. This isn't just theory. its written policy. Insiders reveal that FIFA has already mapped out a parallel blueprint. Stadium allocations, travel logistics, hotel blocks, and even television camera angles for Canadian and Mexican venues are already planned. Everything is being rehearsed so that if the US falters, the shift can happen almost overnight. That means, while Americans still think the World Cup spotlight is secure, decisions could be quietly finalized up to a year in advance. Imagine the shock if cities waiting for their big moment wake up to find their games gone, move to their neighbors. Canada is quietly positioning itself as FIFA's safety net. Vancouver's BC Place, a 54,000-seat arena with a retractable roof and modern pitch technology, has already proven it can host world-class events like the Winter Olympics and the Women's World Cup. Toronto's stadium is undergoing an expansion to increase capacity to 45,000, with upgraded facilities that align perfectly with FIFA's requirements. Unlike the US, Canada is not tied down by complicated visa restrictions. Fans from dozens of countries can secure visas in weeks, or don't need one at all for short stays. That makes last-minute travel plans possible, something essential for international fans. Beyond visas, Canada offers political stability and efficient logistics. High-capacity transit systems connect stadiums to vibrant city centers. Hotels are abundant, and the hospitality industry is already trained to handle surges of global guests. Every detail from transportation to security projects confidence. And perception matters. While US headlines are filled with stories of restrictions and shortages, Canada is sending a simple, powerful message: we are ready. Mexico, on the other hand, doesn't need to prove it can host a World Cup. It already has, doing so in 1970 and 1986 with unforgettable success. Its stadiums are world-class. The legendary Estadio Azteca seats over 80,000. Monterrey's Estadio BBVA is ultramodern, and Guadalajara's Estadio Akron combines design with vibrant fan culture. Beyond venues, Mexico offers easy access for Latin American fans, many of whom don't need visas, ensuring packed stadiums. With decades of experience hosting major football events, Mexico is a reliable, trusted choice for FIFA, especially compared to the uncertainties in the US. The stakes for the US could not be higher. Losing even a portion of matches would rip billions out of local economies. Hotels, restaurants, transportation companies, and cultural venues that expanded in preparation would be left scrambling. Thousands of seasonal jobs would vanish in an instant. But beyond money, the blow to America's reputation would be devastating. The images of empty seats, relocated games, and silent stadiums would tell the world one thing: the US could not deliver on its promises. This damage would stretch far beyond football. Future bids for global events, from Olympics to international summits, could be quietly rejected in favor of more reliable partners. Sponsors would hesitate to invest in large-scale American events, remembering the headaches of 2026, and the soft power America gains from hosting the world would erode, leaving a lingering impression of failure. In global politics, perception is power, and once lost, it is nearly impossible to recover. The 2026 FIFA World Cup was supposed to be America's grand stage, a chance to show the world its strength, hospitality, and leadership. Instead, it risks becoming a cautionary tale of how restrictive policies, supply chain failures, and short-sighted decisions can derail even the grandest opportunity. Canada and Mexico are already proving they can step in and shine. If the US does not act fast, the spotlight could shift permanently across its borders. So here's the pressing question: will the United States adapt, open its doors, and secure its place as the true host of the World Cup? Or will it watch from the sidelines as its neighbors seize the glory? Don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the African Web for more deep dives into the stories shaping our world.